Hey up, folks. Let's talk today about the use of radio, or as people of my generation still call it, wireless sets in an emergency. Now, I know I've said several times that if we have a blackout, I don't believe that the mobile phone network will go down. That said, 10 years ago, the city of Lancaster in northwest England woke up one morning and the River Lune had burst its banks and the whole city was flooded. As part of the flood, an electricity substation was taken out. I think it almost exploded. And that was pretty much the end of power in Lancaster. Even when they'd got rid of the water, they had to fix the power station, the substation, before they could bring the power back to the town. To make matters worse, the floods were so deep that they swamped the mobile phone masts. So even masts that did have batteries found they were useless once they were 6 feet underwater. In Spain, a few days ago, we found that people were queuing up to buy radio sets in shops, paying any price they had to. Now, I'm not still not sure why they felt the need to do that when, yes, the internet had gone down, but they still had texts. So it was possible, I suppose, to send a text out and get information that way. But let's be honest, a radio set is much easier. Why they didn't have radio sets in their houses, I have no idea. I mean, I've got sets going back decades in mine, and so do most of the people I know. I suppose it's a generational thing. Now, all right, so we agree you need a wireless, and it has to be a good one. Now, what do I mean by good? I am not talking about super sophisticated. I am talking dead cheap. I'm talking something like this. This I bought from Tesco about 10, 15 years ago. It branded itself as a world radio, so you could get all the shortwave, the medium wave, the long wave, and the VHF FM on this radio. As I say, it cost me a tenner. It takes two AA batteries, which last forever. Sound quality is not very good, it's a bit tinny, but if you want to listen to Radio 2 or Radio 4 in an emergency, then something like that is all you need. Tinny sound is going to be the least of your worries. Now, why is that a good radio? Because the batteries will last a long time. It doesn't draw much power from them. That's why it only needs two batteries to operate. Now, this radio is different. This is a Roberts, beautiful sound. I bought it cheap a few days ago because it's not a DAB station. It takes medium wave, long wave, and FM. I also got it cheap because it was one of the Amazon returns. Uh, in the packet came a warning: do not use the radio with batteries for FM. Basically, because it will use too much. It will use too much power. It advises you to use the USB-C connection, which the radio set has. And to be fair, you don't need much juice to use the USB-C. I run this radio from my computer, which admittedly is plugged into the electricity supply, but nevertheless, the USB connection is giving out enough power to work the radio. I've also tried it with power packs. A power pack will power the radio. So, why am I saying that you should go for a radio set that is a generation before the Roberts radio that I've just shown you? Simply because if you've got to use a power pack to power the radio, then the radio is still taking a lot of juice. And you need that juice to charge your mobile phone or to run a light. You can get small camping lights that are powered by a power pack. I think that's more important than getting a nice sound on a Roberts radio. So if there's an emergency, and heaven forbid we lose the web, then I will stop using my nice Roberts radio and I will go back to the radio from old Mother Tesco that cost me a tenner over a decade ago. I know this radio will last at least 2 weeks on two AA batteries. How do I know that? Because I've tested it. When I bought it, I put two new batteries in and I ran the radio 8 hours a day for 2 weeks, and there was still power left. Not much, but still power. That's what I suggest you do. Go along to your local junk shop, charity shop, or eBay online and look for an old fashioned FM, medium wave, long wave radio that works on two AA batteries. You should get it for a couple of quid because nobody wants them anymore. But I think you should want one. Buy it, test it, make sure it works properly, then stick it in a drawer and forget about it and hope that you never have to use it. Think on, folks.